Botafogo beat Corinthians 3-0 with an absolute masterclass from Luis Castro's team. I haven't seen the team play this well under Luis Castro. I think this was the best match, especially that second half. I think that second half, it's something that needs to be studied by Luis Castro and show the players exactly how the team played during that second half, because it really was out of this world. That third Botafogo goal with the passing, Cheche dribbling, sending out to Marçal sending out to Luis Henrique, back to Cheche. The whole thing was just marvelous. It was just marvelous. It brings a smile to my face because it was, without a doubt, one of the greatest goals Botafogo has scored this year. Botafogo's goals were scored by nobody other than Chiquinho Soares twice and Carlos Eduardo. The first goal came after a header from Victor Cuesta. The ball almost went in. It went almost all the way in. Rebounded out. Chiquinho only had the trouble of tapping it right in. The second goal was a penalty kick after a great play by Junior Santos. Cássio went in, fouled him inside the box. That's a penalty. Cássio should have gotten a yellow card there, actually. And then Chiquinho Suarez with a perfect penalty kick out, hitting the side net. No chance for Cássio. And then the third goal, which was, again, absolutely masterpiece. Botafogo put Corinthians in the circle, you know, with passing. Corinthians was just lost. That second half, again, the second half was something else. You know, it's really hard to pick who was the best player, but if I had to choose one and just one, I'm gonna give it to Chiquinho. Scored 2 goals. He was important throughout the whole match. He's a great number 9 that can also do that false 9. He can act as a shield. He can send the plays to the left, to the right. He can actually go all the way to defense. He takes advantage of the length of the field, and he just does a really great job distributing the ball. While he was on the pitch, I also thought that Gabriel Pires also had, again, another great performance. Junior Santos had a phenomenal performance. Victor Sá was a little bit under. He didn't play as good as the previous matches, but Cheche did great when he came in. Carlos Eduardo, I mean, Adrielson, Cuesta, Marçal, de Plácido, Perry was just a mere spectator on the pitch today. He maybe had a couple of saves, and that was about it. Matias Segovia, once again, great vision with a little bit of sass and spunk, and just very unselfish. He passed the ball right back to Eduardo. He passed the ball to Eduardo, where he could have been a little bit more selfish, and Eduardo scored the goal. What I would have liked to have seen is Segovia to Eduardo back here to Tietê, out wide to Chiquinho scoring the hat trick. But I'm not going to complain. That was a great goal. So let's go ahead and watch these goals together. Let me go ahead and pull up the screen here. The images come from Premiere. And yeah, let's go ahead and watch this real quick. A header, Cuesta passes it in, Chiquinho, and that's a goal. Once again, you can see the ball goes in, but it doesn't go all the way in, and Chiquinho, all he has to do is to tap it right in. There we go. Turn it down just a little bit. And here comes the second goal. Gabriel Pires with a great Trivela pass. Junior Santos gets in front, gets ahead, gets taken down. Cássio does the PK. He pretends he didn't do anything. Look, that's a PK, and that's a yellow card in my opinion. Chiquinho Suarez with a little warm up, and then he kicks it side of the net. Great. Cássio went right where he needed to be, but that was a great penalty by Chiquinho Suarez. Great penalty. Was the third goal. Chichi does a great job of shielding the ball, sends it out to Marçal. Marçal sends it to Luis Henrique, sends it back to Cheche. At this point, it's 4v2. Cheche to Segovia, Segovia to Eduardo. And then Eduardo just has to put, man, what a goal. What a goal. Just one passing. Look, Cheche takes 1-2 touches, sends it right back to Segovia. Segovia, one touch, Eduardo. Eduardo takes two touches and scores a goal. Beautiful goal. One more time. Great job. So let's look at the table. Let's go to good old trusty Google. Let's look at the standings. So right now, and first we have Botafogo. Botafogo's in first, 5 matches, 5 wins, no losses, 15 points. Check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. Very nice. And then Palmeiras comes in second with 1 draw. And then Fluminense, which is, you know, credit where credit is due, is playing a fantastic display of football, doing also really well. For me, the one of the main surprises here is seeing Cruzeiro, to be completely honest, in fifth. I didn't think Cruzeiro was going to have a great start, but again, it's early. Even though it's early in the season, maybe Botafogo will have, and Botafogo will have a a patch, a rough patch that every team goes through. But if Botafogo doesn't, then we're talking about winning the championship sort of performance, and winning the championship path if the team continues to play here. And I was telling my dad, if Botafogo can beat Palmeiras in one of those matches, then I'm gonna go ahead and start believing that the title is an actually achievable thing. Um, and now we have Palmeiras, Fluminense, Atlético Paranaense, Cruzeiro, Fortaleza, São Paulo, Atlético Mineiro. Great victory, 4-1 victory. And then Santos, Grêmio, Internacional, Flamengo coming out of the relegation zone. I did say Flamengo was not going to stay in the relegation zone for long. Bahia, City, Vasco da Gama, Bragantino, Corinthians, very close to the relegation zone. Then Cuiabá, Goiás, Curitiba, and América Mineiro. Botafogo will play Goiás at Goiás. It's going to be a tough match, but I believe that Botafogo will beat Goiás. Goiás is obviously going through a rough start, but I don't see why Botafogo wouldn't be able to beat. And if Botafogo beats Goiás, the Botafogo breaks the record for the most amount of consecutive wins at the start of the Brasileirão, beating São Paulo's record, which is 5 straight wins, which we tied that record today. And if Botafogo beats Goiás, then we will have the largest winning streak at the beginning of a Brasileirão, which will be 6 straight wins. Because then after that, Botafogo will play Fluminense, and that will be a tough match. If Botafogo beats Goiás, if Botafogo beats Fluminense, that's 7 straight wins in a row. And then we play América Mineiro, which is on last currently, which could make 7 wins in a row. Right, Goiás 6, Fluminense 7, make it 8 wins in a row for Botafogo. And then Botafogo plays Atlético Paranaense, which is also a tough match at Atlético Paranaense, but we're also playing them for the Copa do Brasil. So, I mean, these results are doable results. Then we have Fortaleza at home. So, I really like what Pep Guardiola said one time. A team will decide if they're going to win a championship, if they're going to fight for the championship on the first 8 fixtures and the last 8 fixtures. You have to be absolutely perfect in those first 8 and the last 8. And if Botafogo can be perfect in these first 8, then I think the hype train will be at its highest level. And I will be the conductor of that train. Choo choo, get in, let's go. Because this is great. I haven't been this excited in a long time. But that is it. If you haven't done so, leave a like, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below. What do you think about this winning streak? Can we do 6 versus Goiás? Can we do 7 versus Fluminense? And can we do 8 versus versus América Mineiro? I know it's irresponsible to look so many matches ahead, but we can dare to dream, right? Just like one of my favorite shows, Ted Lasso, it says believe. I'm going to choose to believe. I'm going to choose to believe the Botafogo can get 8 wins in the first 8 fixtures of the Brasileiro. But nothing is impossible. I believe that the team can achieve great things. I criticized Luis Castro in the past. I criticized Junior Santos. I criticized the lack of leadership. But hey, it's working. So right now it's the time to support, unconditional support. Be there. If the team loses, cheer the team. If the team's not playing great, cheer the team on, because um, if they do what they're doing on the pitch, then we need to do our part in the stands. I can't personally be there in the stands, but I can do my part here, which is supporting and always spreading the word, and continue to spread the word about the glorious Botafogo in English. If you haven't seen my other commentaries and my analysis of the previous matches that Botafogo's played in the Brasileirão, there's the Brasileirão 2023 playlist. Let's go check that out, and you'll see the other videos as well. Can't wait for this Sunday, and Vamos Fogo, Daddy Fogo.